Hello, it's Mark Lanier with your video thought for the day. So this is Friday, the end of a week of video thoughts on relationships. If you've missed the ones before, they're on YouTube. You can get to them. Very easy to do. Just type in biblical literacy thought for the day. Boom, you're going to have more than you could shake a stick at. But I don't want this series on relationships to end without me giving you something that I think is an incredibly important idea. I want to talk about forgiveness. And I want to talk about it because in relationships, those core relationships that we've got that are so important, but even peripheral relationships, we're going to do things wrong. We are going to make mistakes. Shakespeare said, "To err is human, to forgive divine." And he's right. Humans make mistakes. Some of them small, some of them great. But recognizing that, we need to grab and hold on to the teaching that Paul gave to the Ephesians in Ephesians 4, when he told us not only to be kind to one another, but to forgive each other. Jesus was talking to his apostles and his disciples, and he was teaching them to forgive. And Peter said to Jesus, he said, "Hey, Jesus, should I forgive 7 times?" Now, we're math people. We live in a math age. So we're thinking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But time number 8, whoop, cut them off at the knees. No, 7 at the time. But in all numbers for people in that day and age were not only a mathematical formula, but they were symbols. They had a symbolic meaning. And 7 was a meaning of completeness. I mean, there are 7 days in a week. 7 was a number that symbolized. So Peter was actually saying the nice thing. Should I forgive them completely? 7 times. Should I just always forgive? Jesus could have answered truthfully and said yes. But instead, Jesus wanted to put bold font and highlight on the importance of forgiveness. Because Jesus says, I tell you, 70 times 7. Complete and total times complete and total to the factor of 10. Jesus is saying, when you think you've forgiven, do it more. Now, a lot of people struggle with this. I've had people come up to me and say, I know I should forgive, but I can't. Forgive doesn't necessarily mean make the memory go away. Forgive doesn't mean blindly proceed down the road of life and let people trample all over you. Forgive means you've given the matter up to God. That you're not going to the best of your ability, hold a grudge. You're going to pray that God will soften your heart, and you're not going to require vengeance. Vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. I will repay, Paul said to the Romans. We need to be a forgiving people, understanding that our own sin, in its own context, is in full need of forgiveness. And so this is to be our heart. The heart of a forgiven people is shown in the way they forgive others. So it won't be easy. It's a chore. It'll require prayer. It'll require support. It may require counseling. But we are to be a forgiving people 70 times 7 times. That's your video thought for the day. But by the way, I got to plug this Sunday. I think we're going to be looking at singing unto the Lord in class. Brent will put the links down here for singing to the Lord. I'll talk to you again next week.